Hi there, it's Amy and I am back with another UWL vlog for you today. So it is that time of year again. The music and drama school audition season has begun, and that means they have begun at LCM too. So over the next few months we're going to be kicking off the audition season. We're going to be having loads of amazing people in to come and audition to join some of our courses. So the auditions themselves, they do sound quite scary and intimidating, and I remember being super nervous about my audition because I had done quite a few auditions for some music and drama schools at that point. It is super scary to walk into a really random studio and perform for people you've never met before who are sitting there writing notes in a notepad and you don't know what they're writing. I've learned a lot of stuff along the way from being on that process and from starting my course. So here are my top tips for preparing for your LCM audition. My first tip is to be prepared. This sounds pretty self-explanatory, but it needs to be said. You will not believe how many nightmare stories I've heard of people turning up with the wrong backing track, the wrong sheet music, the wrong monologue. Mistakes are bound to happen. It is not life or an audition without it, but being that extra little bit prepared will definitely go a long way. Make sure you've gone through your audition brief way beforehand, or briefs if you're doing multiple auditions. And double and triple check exactly what you need to prepare. Check the email for any specifics. For example, does this piece need to be by a specific composer? Does your monologue have to be from a certain play or year? And be alert for things you're gonna have to bring on the day, like a photo of yourself or tap shoes. When I auditioned for all my drama and music schools, I went the extra bit further and made myself a folder. This folder had everything. It had my sheet music, it had copies of my monologue, it had all my paperwork in it, absolutely everything I would need or ever need for the auditions. And I also went a little bit extra further and put a list in the front of it with what I would need for each audition specifically. So bear all that in mind and put the work in before your audition because it will 100% pay off. My second tip is remember the little things. Imagine you're hosting a job interview. One candidate shows up really late, looks really messy, is rude to everyone, and doesn't have anything with them. The second candidate arrives early, is well dressed, is super kind to everyone, and has everything they need. It doesn't take a genius to know where I'm gonna go next. Your audition is your interview, and it's those little things like arriving early and looking well presentable and smiling at your panel that really count. You want to be remembered for all the right reasons after all. So my advice is be that perfect candidate you picture in your mind. Arrive early, look well dressed, presentable, summon all the courage you have to be a kind, confident person and just radiate awesome energy. I'm sure you got this. My third tip would be play to your strengths and just be you. Now this is something that has taken me a while to learn, so I'm gonna tell you a little bit about me. As part of our course, every week we have a group singing lesson. Now me, I come from quite a, I would say, more classical background with my singing. As I've developed, I've discovered all these amazing styles. I love singing some jazz just as much as I love singing musical theatre now, but that all stems from my initial background. Now on my course we have so many amazing singers, but I remember one person in particular standing out to me. They had the most amazing voice and they could belt super high notes, and the whole nature of their voice just made me melt. The control, those high notes, the showstopperness. I just wanted to be everything like that and more. So I tried to do that. I tried to recreate their voice. But every time, and no matter how much work I put in, I would never be able to recreate that voice. And then it hit me. I was trying to recreate somebody else that wasn't me. They may have this gorgeous, stunning belt, but I have a delicate lightness in my voice. We both have stunning voices for completely different reasons. We both have things that make our voice unique and different and still just as amazing as each other. The point I'm trying to make is we all have different strengths, and there is no point trying to recreate somebody's voice and talent when you have your own. Find out what you love and what you know you can do and celebrate it. If it's hitting that super low note, find a song with a super low note in it. If it's whipping out a jazz solo halfway through your piece, put one in there. If you're the world's best comedian, find the world's funniest monologue and just make everybody in that panel laugh. Now in your audition, it's time to showcase what you can do and play to what you know you can do, not what you just think the auditioners want to hear. because trust me, they're going to really want to hear what makes you you and what makes you shine. So think about that when you're putting your program together. Number 4, expect the unexpected. So this one is more aimed at those auditioning for a drama school acting course. So I need to let you know now, drama school is weird and you do some weird stuff. I'm just gonna give you some highlights from my past 2 years here. For about an hour, we sat and softened in a chair while examining the integrity of a packet of crisps unfurl. We've imagined we were on an episode of Bridgerton having a dinner party, but we could only use really large cutlery. We skipped around a room pretending to be all the characters from The Wizard of Oz. Now, it did take me a while to get used to it, and all of us for that fact. We were all so timid in our first week. I remember one of our first vocal studies classes, we were on the floor letting out the most timid moos in the world while pretending we were cows. Now compare that to the end of the year when we were projecting the living daylights out of these moos. We get it now. Full disclosure that these lessons were actually teaching us something. We didn't just do this randomly. So in your audition, expect the weird and wonderful. There's about a 90% chance you're going to be doing some weird exercise like this. Now bear in mind, that's not to see how well you can do them, but to see how willing you are to put yourself out there and trust the process. Each of these things, as random as they seem, are a new way to teach you a different method, a different perspective, or just adding to your skill set in general. The audition panel wants to know that you're willing to trust this process and just go full on into everything you do. So do that. Just have fun, let go, and just go for it. You are never gonna see these people again in your life, unless you end up on the course with them. But trust me, it'll just get weirder from there. My final tip is remember that they're auditioning for you as well. So lots of different drama schools and music schools are going to be offering very different things. And you'll know this if you've been auditioning for a few. They've all got different facilities, different modules, different extracurricular activities and opportunities outside of your course. On your audition day, you'll likely get a talk with one of your teachers on the course, perhaps a PowerPoint or two, or even a tour if you're lucky. This is the school auditioning for you. They're showing what they have to offer you as well as you showing what you have to offer them. They're showing you their strengths just as you are yours and what makes them stand out in their own way. So pay attention to all these details and remember the decision ultimately lies with you. Pay attention to these details and decide what you want in your course and if it's gonna make you happy. And my final little bonus tip for you is just to have fun. Audition days can be very tense and quite nerve-wracking. Everyone there wants to show the best that they can offer and truly just be the best that they can. And at the end of the day, you've likely paid for this audition. So you might as well have a good time showing off all the awesome things about you and just how cool you are. So that's it, my summary for the top tips for audition season at LCM. It's gonna be a tough time, but honestly, you've got this. All the staff at LCM are super kind and just want you to do your best. They want to see you on our course. And they do these auditions every year, so they know what it's like. If you have any questions at all, drop us a comment and we'll try and reply to you. And if you haven't applied to LCM yet, what's stopping you? Check out the link in bio of all the awesome courses that we have to offer at LCM and what courses we'll be running next academic year, and see if it's something you feel like you want to have a go auditioning for. And I know I'll be super excited to see you there. Have a lovely rest of your day, guys. Bye!